So, good morning. For me, Monday morning. For you, Tuesday sometime. If you get it when it comes out, which of course you won't, because the channel's not that big yet. Thought I'd talk a little bit. So I was fortunate growing up that my best friend and next door neighbor was a bass player in the band that was the rock band for our high school. Did shows and everything. And the guys in the band were huge Rush fans. So I got to hear a lot of Rush growing up that I probably wouldn't have otherwise paid attention to. My favorite Rush song is a song called Trees. And it's not that it's the best Rush song. There are other great Rush songs. I like the message inside of Trees. Trees is a fable, right, as they were prone to write, about this idea that the maples were mad at the oaks because the oaks were hogging all the sunlight. The maples were smaller, shorter, and they were feeling like they were oppressed because they couldn't get to the sun because the oaks were blocking it out. And so eventually through the story, the oaks, the maples scream oppression, and the oaks ignore their pleas, is the way the line goes. So by the end of the song, they're all made equal, which is great, right? Everyone wants equality. They're all made equal by hatchet, axe, and saw. So yeah, lumberjacks come around, they level the forest. Now the oaks and the maples are equal. See how easy that was? Which I always read as a parable for socialism. It's not so great to demand equality of result. Sure, equality of opportunity, yes. But if you're expecting that because you give the same opportunity to everybody, or if your goal is to have everyone have the same amount of stuff, you'll all have the same amount of stuff so long as we all have nothing, right? Because what'll end up happening is those people who do the accounting, the lumberjacks, they take it all for the wood for houses and fires, and leave you with nothing, right? Which is the political class, which is what's happened in every socialist. People I saw on Twitter the other day, well, stop comparing our idea of socialism to Venezuela. Well, okay, how about we equate it to the Soviet Union, or to the Czechoslovakia, or to every other failed socialist economic system? Socialism as an economic system doesn't work. I'm going to hit the store when I come back. I'm going to talk about the parable of the farm, because I think what we have right now in our country is the farm. And this will make more sense in a moment. Oh, actually, you know what? They're not open yet, so I can go into it a little bit. The farmer's parable is this. Farmer works his whole life, builds up this massive farm that's stays profitable, and then bequeaths it to his son. His son, who has worked on the farm a little bit, but didn't do all the planning and everything that the father did to build up the farm. He's inherited the farm. Now he's not so much into farming. He's not his deal. So as the crops start to fail and the fields start to go fallow, he says, well, it's okay. I'll just sell off some of the farm equipment, and that'll help me make the bill. So he does. He sells off some of the farm equipment. Next year runs around, he's still in the red, so he sells off more farm equipment and some of the land. And this goes on for a few years until eventually he's got nothing left to sell, and now he's in the red without any ways of making money, without any way of bringing in income, and the farm fails. So where we are in our country, I believe, is that farm. Like, we've got a lot here, but over the past, say, how far back? Maybe 80 years? Maybe since the founding of the Federal Reserve, or certainly since Kennedy's assassination, we have been, and certainly through the Clinton and Bush eras, Bush Senior, Clinton, and then Bush, we were selling off our industries through fair trade deals, which were not fair, to give equality to all these other countries. And that's equality of results, again, not equality of opportunity. So we were selling off all of our stuff to make the books meet. But eventually we would run out of stuff to sell, and we would go broke. We would have no ways of making money. And I think I'm in favor of returning industry, not thinking that a service economy was going to survive for very long. Bring back industry. Let people whose skills lend themselves to manual labor and to trades. Let those folks be the bedrock of our economy again, producing things taking energy. I was explaining to my youngest son yesterday that money, again, is the accumulation of time and energy, and trading your time and energy for someone else's time and energy, and creativity. If you're not creating anything, if you're not taking your energy and putting it into something that you can actually trade, barter for somebody else. He was talking about barter. If you don't, because he's learning all this honestly through video games, through Roblox, and the idea that he has to make money, he has to make something in order to gain more, to make money to buy more stuff. So it's actually, his learning process is all there. Don't let us be the farm, right? Don't think that just because we have a bunch of stuff, well, forever, all we need to do is start selling it off and we can stay profitable. That's not really true. You only stay profitable for so long, and then you run out of stuff to sell. So you actually want to be able to create new things to sell. All right, I believe the store is open. I'm gonna go and get some food. Maybe I'll come back, but this could be the end of the video too. All right, good, I'm back. Yeah, you know what, I wasn't gonna cut it that short. So let's talk a little bit about what I mean by equality of opportunity, or at least historically where I think we've fallen down here, because I don't believe that slavery was our only original sin. When we allowed the bankers to grab hold of the money system, you will find that they intentionally did not loan money to black communities and other ethnic communities. But certainly they again, their plan was to continue to keep blacks or the African American community in a state of continual poverty or disarray, in order to keep them fighting with the middle class and give the middle class an enemy to always be scared of. That way no one again would pay attention to the people who were running things. So one way that they would do this was they would not invest in black communities. They wouldn't invest in black owned businesses. And this was because the bankers themselves are vile racists. They always had been. And on top of that, they actually, maybe that's not even fair. Yes, that's a racist policy that they did. I believe that they did that not only for racism, but also for control of everybody, of the whole system. So recognizing again that our enemies are not among ourselves, our enemies are at a level much higher than what we see or pay attention to. So equality of opportunity would be reinvest in those poor communities or in communities of all ethnicities. Give them the opportunity to form up business and to own businesses the way that our system is set up to do. So this, yes, again, this, if you want to say, don't compare our version of socialism to the Venezuelan version of socialism, which is falling apart. I would say at the same time, you can't compare what we have for capitalism as actual capitalism. What we have is crony capitalism, or actually fascism, where the the banks and the government are colluding to keep control of the whole system. So get a pure capitalist system going, and you see a different system than what we have right now. But every system is going to be flawed because people are involved. So don't look for perfection, and certainly don't look for equality in outcome, because different people put in different amounts of energy and have different levels of creativity, and therefore it's like if you balanced everybody out in 2 days, you'd have a system where somebody would have more than another person. You can't every 2 days go pull people. Well, you can, but that's horribly oppressive. Whenever the analogy was, okay, I hit a home run, so let's give 2 points to their team and 2 points to our team. That's obviously not what we're competitive creatures, and that's a good thing, because it gets us to build and create things differently at different speeds and for different results. For different outcomes, that's actually a good thing, because some people want this outcome and other people want the other outcome. Whew. All right, listen, I got some stuff to do before I even get into work, so I'm gonna cut it short here. But hope this has been interesting for everybody. Again, hit the likes and the subscribe button, and I'm gonna add a commercial sooner or later at the end of this for my t-shirt line, because I have a t-shirt line. All right, cheers. So you like movie quotes, and you gotta be dressed anyways. Why don't you check out my Threadless store and get all the Earl t-shirts you can handle.